Hold up! I did not give you permission to leave.
Hello there, my little strategy shippers. That was weird. So basically, this is a part 2 of, like, the last video that I made, which was talking about these OCs, like, lore and stuff. So today we're gonna be talking about, like, the actual, like, plotline of their story and just, like, them as characters being like, oh, this one's the funny one. Oh, and yes, you will need to watch the last video in order to understand, like, what on earth I'm talking about in this video, because that does a lot of, like, just, like, basically understanding, like, how the aliens came to be. By the way, just, like, I feel like I didn't really do that good of a job informing on, like, the universe and stuff previously in the last video. So basically, it's just, like, there's this galaxy called the Supernova Galaxy, and there's a bunch of aliens and stuff. Yeah, and there's, like, multiple planets. They're all friends with each other except for Snofelofigus, which was, like, the names for, like, the planets and stuff were all inspired by Mariah Elizabeth's here on YouTube. Like, her planet Snofelofigus, what the alien beam body is, but I am not in any way trying to, like, do that. I was just, like, I was, like, a little wee lad. Like, that was the 3rd time I've said lad today. Anyways, just, like, clarification. After the adventure to Earth to search for the Sword of Life, the entirety of the Supernova Galaxy is left in shambles after the youngest daughter of Snofelofigus, Star, stole the Sword of Life after she followed her sister Nova and her companions to retrieve it on Earth. Star is now working in collaboration with the Snofelogians to hold power against anyone that stood in their way. With the Snofelogians now on hold of the Sword of Life is in panic until the evil brings forth war. And with this panic causes worry for the children of the highest commanders and warriors of Snofelofigus, who stay loyal to the Snofelogian monarchy. Princess Nova of Snofelofigus comes up with an idea to use the old beastkeeping house as a retreat for the children that are of greatest danger to the Snofelogians in order to keep them safe. As a result, it is requested that the half-demon, half-angel Rylan from Universe 666, is released from their prison in Hell to watch and protect the souls that are of greatest danger, aka the children and main characters of the story. Nova is the first ever character I made for the Snofelogian, like, just universe, and just, like, the alien universe of the Supernova Galaxy and stuff. And her design has basically been the exact same. Don't ask about the caution signs or the caution tape. I don't really know, except for the fact that I do know that the reason for the caution tape on her arms and legs is because of, like, some sort of, like, family condition that she gets from her dad's side of the family. When trying to describe Nova, I was originally thinking of Charlie Morningstar from Has-Been Hotel or Pomni from The Amazing Digital Circus. But after thinking about it more, I've actually realized that personality-wise, she's more so Willow from the Owl House, specifically in Season 3, if you can even call it a season.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make things worse. I'll be right back. What advice could you possibly give me? Oh, Hunter! I had a little run-in with Baja and got stuck down here. Gus just surprised me. Got it all under control. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
So basically, she's kind and caring but still has depth and trauma, as does any other strong female character. She spends most of her time watching after the well-being of her planet and making sure that she will never be compared to her sister, constantly making sure everyone and everything is at ease, similar to Willow's Season 3 character arc in the Owl House, which is basically what I just told you. Anyways, now let's move on to what she will be doing in the first quote-unquote season of the Snofelofigus show.
How long is this going to take?
Struggles with the duty as princess and to keep everyone safe even though she has lost her royal power created by the essence of Snofelofigus. Because, I don't know, Star took the Sword of Life and, like, kidnapped Nova's powers, because Nova had powers, because, remember guys, say it with me.
Hold up! I did not give you permission to leave!
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you blended Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters with Lucy Dorman from Murder Jones? What would you get? So basically, that's Zero. Zero is like their child, even though that would be really weird. And if you know those characters, then that basically sums up the kind of person that Zero is. Just stereotypical mean person with a secret soft side. The only thing is that soft side really only comes out with people that Zero actually, like, respects, and that, like, their friends respect. I also like to think that Zero's, like, goofy side of their personality comes from their other best friend, Tom, who we'll get into later, like a minute or two probably. A couple facts about Zero is that they use they, them pronouns and are non-binary. So please, when you're referring to Zero, please use they, them pronouns. But also that Zero actually, has 3 other cousins who, well, technically it's 2 cousins and then 1 second cousin. The other cousins in question are actually guardians who are a part of that other little, like, set of characters I have that's still in the same universe but does a lot of world building that I mentioned in the last video talking about my OCs.
You better watch that! Yes, the blood is rainbow.
Anyways, so in the first quote-unquote season of the show, trying to find a new self-balance after realizing they're non-binary and constantly being at the edge of their seat ready to pounce if Nova is under attack, because I also kind of forgot to mention that Zero and Tom are actually supposed to be like the royal, like, bodyguards to Nova Summit, so yeah.
I'm kind of a difficult person. Overly blunt, short-fused, highly aggressive.
The only way to describe this abomination of an OC is as the
funny one.
Tom has the personality of the characters in TV shows and media that for some reason every single person in the universe finds attractive for some reason. As previously mentioned, Tom is best friends with Zero and Nova, and works as one of the 2 royal bodyguards to Nova. As well, his, like, funny side of his personality, which is basically just his entire personality as previously mentioned, was then latched onto by Zero, who ended up adapting that and used that as their humor. So that's fun, Bessies! And as we've come to learn, behind the smile of any character in, like, anywhere, probably even real life too, I don't know, but behind every smile is a lot of depth and trauma, obviously. Sorry to reuse an old 2020 meme, but basically, Tom's dad went to go get the milk. That's not actually what happened at all. You'll find out later on not in this video. And his mom kind of sucks, so that's not good. Anyways, let's get into what he'll be doing this season. Finally being able to express himself has been healing, especially after moving out of his mother's home, though that's not the only thing to do with his family. Tom finds the reason to why he has red blood, unlike every other alien, because they have green blood, and similar to Zero, is always at the edge of his seat, ready to strike if Nova's put in danger.
Or what I call desserts. Trays or entrees. I call sandwiches Sammy's, Sandoozles, or Adam Sandler's. Air conditioners are Cool Blasters with a Z. I don't know where that came from. I call cakes big old cookies.
I'm sure that at least one of you people watching this video has watched Has Been Hotel, and you've probably noticed the similarities between that show and this, because Snofelofigus was basically just a reskinned version of Has Been Hotel, and during that really early concept stage, Hunter was kind of like the husk, and it was really weird. He's always been intended to be Tom's love interest. Exhibit A. Think of Hunter more so as Gangle from The Amazing Digital Circus in terms of her shyness and just her mental state, but I just don't really know how to explain his personality. Well, I mean, I did in the writing, which we're going to be talking about soon, about like what he's going to be doing this season, because later down the line, the prompts into like what they're supposed to be doing during the season just turns into like, oh, this is how they are, so let's get into that now. After moving into the old beekeeping hut, Hunter has found himself in an unexpected predicament. After finally being left alone by his ex-girlfriend, he is in love with a boy, Tom. As Hunter balances these extraordinary feelings with the diagnosis of his autism, he learns more and more about himself. I haven't exactly nailed down what specific autistic traits I want to have Hunter portray, because I don't really know many for autistic men. So it's kind of just like, you guys think of whatever you want if you are educated. Like, I myself try my best to educate myself, but I don't know that much about male autistic experiences. So, yeah. Oh, and yes, he did have a girlfriend. That was really weird. And she also happens to be a guardian who turns back.
Do you think Deep Darkness will come back?
That is something else.
design was probably the hardest for me to fully figure out, but I always knew that I wanted her to be the most colorful, which ended up with her just suddenly becoming very 80s inspired. So basically her whole thing is that she is a fashion designer, and she is very heavily inspired by the 80s times or whatever. And fun fact about Crystal, she's actually transgender, and she's been trans for a while, unlike a certain someone in a certain other set of characters. Crystal is unfamiliar to the Snofelofigian way, due to her actually originating from Snofelofigus, the planet of the tallest beings. She struggles with finding self-worth, because she's depressed, within herself and her fashion, I guess you could say.
Passion for fashion.
Who are you? This is our room.
Wow, 3 seconds before I was going to record this, I finally realized what kind of personality Barry has. She's Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. Barry is no ordinary girl, due to her father being an alien scientist and her mom being an earth cow that was abducted by aliens for research. Barry shouldn't even exist. Though Barry does not care, the separation from her older sister Bellamina, I don't know about that name, does affect her. And Barry's main issue now is that no one pays attention to her because she is so close to the core of Snofelofigus. She's short.
Hi! We're freaking out with excitement and also terrible fear about this countdown. Is one of you directing the project?
Rylan is a half-demon, half-angel who serves as a motherly figure to the rest of the cast, though I can't take full credibility for her character because I somewhat created her with a friend of mine during 3rd grade, and just like in 5th grade we realized, oh no, she's kind of like really cringy because that was like Gotcha Club times. So yeah, that explains the half-demon, half-angel thing. But Rylan originally wasn't even supposed to be in this story. I just wanted a motherly figure, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, Rylan, I'll just adopt her into this story. Rylan is not from this universe. Rylan and her daughter Lorelai come from the mysterious and all-powerful Universe 666, While not much is known about the two, what is known is that due to unexpected family complications, Rylan lost a large chunk of her power that she inherited from her parents, Universe 666's God and Satan, because they had a child and that child was Rylan for some reason. Due to Rylan's weakness, Lorelai opened a portal to Universe 79,824,501, the one they are in today. Now that Rylan and Lorelai are in this universe, the vast majority of their magic is kept under wraps by the Celestial Guardians. Now that there is war in the supernova galaxy, Rylan has been called down from her cell in hell to protect the children of high-ranking individuals on Snofelofigus. Alongside this, she is freely able to visit Lorelai, who has been appointed the Guardian of Death. More about Lorelai and the story she is mainly in another time. Woo! Ew.
Date was nice, but I think this is the